everyone, and welcome. Are you ready to turn those, sometimes tricky everyday chats in English into real moments of connection? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down and completely master the art of small talk. Let's get right into it.
Welcome back to English from A to Z, English in real life. We're diving deep into one of the most useful and, yeah, sometimes one of the most challenging parts of speaking English in the real world, small talk.
So picture this. You see someone you could talk to, maybe a coworker by the coffee machine or someone at a party, and immediately that little voice in your head kicks in, right? What do I say? Is this going to sound weird? What if they don't answer?
Oh, trust me, if you've ever felt that, you are definitely not alone. For so many people learning English, these short, friendly chats can feel like a huge challenge. But here's the thing I want you to know. It absolutely doesn't have to be that way. There's a much, much simpler way to think about it.
What if we just changed the goal? What if it wasn't about saying the most brilliant thing or using perfect grammar? What if it was just about making a small, friendly human connection? Because that is the real secret. Small talk is a bridge, not a test. And to build that bridge, we're going to use a really simple but really powerful formula. So you can forget all the stress, forget trying to memorize 100 different phrases. We're just breaking it down into 3 easy, manageable steps. So check this out. All you have to remember are these 3 parts: how to start the conversation, how to keep it going naturally, and of course, how to end it politely. That's it. By the end of this, you're going to have a clear plan for all 3.
Okay, let's kick things off with step 1, how to start the conversation. That first sentence can feel like climbing a mountain, right? But don't worry, we're going to make it super easy with a little magic formula.
And here it is. It's so simple. A comment plus a question. The best way to start is with a simple comment about something you both share, your surroundings, and then follow it up with a question. Like, wow, that coffee smells amazing. Do you come here often? See how easy that is? It's friendly, there's no pressure, and it just naturally asks for a response. This chart just shows the difference so clearly. On the one hand, you've got these weak openers. Asking someone to tell me about yourself feels like a job interview. It puts all the pressure on them. But look at the strong openers. This music is great, isn't it? Or, I really like your jacket. They're light, they're friendly, and they just open the door for a simple, easy chat. So what can you comment on? Literally anything you can both see or experience. The weather is a classic for a reason, you guys. Or you can mention a shared experience, like, wow, this line is so long. Even asking a tiny question like, excuse me, is this seat taken? Is a perfect, totally natural way to begin. Okay, so you've done it. You started the conversation. Awesome. But now, how do you stop that dreaded awkward pause from happening? Let's move on to step 2, keeping the conversation flowing.
And here is the secret, and it might surprise you. The key to keeping it going isn't about talking more. It's about listening more. It's not about frantically thinking of what to say next. When you actually listen, the conversation just flows.
And one of your most powerful listening tools is using simple reaction words. When someone tells you something, just a simple, oh, really? As long as you say it with genuine interest, it shows you're totally tuned in. It's like a verbal nod that says, please, tell me more.
Or you could try this one.
That's interesting. It's so simple, but it makes the other person feel heard and valued. These little phrases, they're like the glue that holds a conversation together. They make your English sound so much more natural and friendly. And if you want to build a slightly deeper connection, a phrase like I can imagine is just perfect. It shows empathy. It shows you're not just hearing their words, you're trying to understand how they feel. And that's how you go from just talking to actually connecting with someone. So, to put it all together, listen to what they say and then ask a simple follow-up question. After that, share something small and related about yourself so it feels like a two-way street. If the topic runs out, just use a little transition like, oh, by the way, to smoothly change the subject. And seriously, don't be afraid of a little pause. It's totally natural. All right, we have started the conversation, we've kept it going. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, how to leave without being awkward or sounding rude. This part is just as important as starting well, believe me. And guess what? We have another easy formula for this. First, you use a signal phrase like anyway or well. That little word signals that the chat is winding down. Then, give a simple, friendly reason for leaving. And finally, end with a positive closing remark. Here are some fantastic, ready-to-use lines that follow that formula perfectly. My personal favorite is, I don't want to keep you. It's just so polite because it shows you respect their time. Any of these phrases make your exit feel warm and respectful, not sudden or rude. Okay, so we have our 3 steps, but what do they actually look like out in the wild? I mean, small talk at the office is a little different from small talk at a party, right? So let's look at a few real-life situations. This right here is your small talk cheat sheet. So at work, your goal is to be friendly but still professional. So a question like, how's your week going so far, is perfect. At a party, you want to be more relaxed and open. So the classic, how do you know the host, works every time. And for daily life, like at a coffee shop, keep it short and sweet. It's really busy today, isn't it? Is just beautiful. So if you only take one single thing away from all of this today, please let it be this. It is all about connection, not perfection. I promise you, people will remember your friendly smile and how you made them feel way more than they'll ever notice a little grammar mistake. You know, fluency isn't built in a day. It's built one small conversation at a time. Every simple hello, every quick chat while you're waiting for your coffee, that's a small victory. And each one builds your confidence. You can totally do this. So I'll leave you with a question. Now that you have this simple 3-step formula, what new connection are you going to go out and make today? Thanks so much for watching.